Terzak brought his culinary magic to Clearwater's Harborview Center in March of 1997. Prior to that, he owned and operated Metro Catering Company in Tampa, but Chef Terzak's experience reaches far outside the Tampa Bay area. He was executive chef at the American Stanhope Hotel on 5th Avenue in New York, and Gordon's, one of Chicago Magazine's top 10 restaurants in the Windy City. He owned 5 restaurants in Chicago. Among them, Terzak's Chameleon, Ketchup, and Tamales. He's also consulted for top-rated restaurants in Florida, Virginia, Chicago, and New York. Chef Terzak studied culinary arts at Du Père School of French Cooking in Glenview, Illinois, and was acknowledged by Food and Wine magazine as one of the top 60 chefs in America. For years, he hosted the cable TV series Great American Cookout, but now he's the host of What's Cooking Harborview.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another edition of What's Cooking Harborview. Now today, we have a very special show, which is going to revolve around the art of salad making. And what I did was I lined up a whole bunch of different ingredients: watermelon, blueberries, mushrooms, pineapple, radishes, melons, sour cocktail onions, cheeses, peas, scallions, salami, raspberries, tomatoes, corn, celery, red peppers, eggs, oranges, grapes, avocados, strawberries, lettuces, tomatoes, chicken, bacon, mayonnaise, onions, lettuces, edible flowers, Kalamata olives, capers, anchovies, you name it, we've got it. But this is a little bit what like your supermarket looks like when you go there before you make your salad. Remember that making a salad is one of the single biggest places for improvisational cooking. And today I'm going to show you how to make about 10 salads if we have time. But I'm only going to show you how to make one salad dressing because you can figure out how to make dressings. You don't need me to spend time doing that today. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to make a very simple French-style vinaigrette, okay? And the way we do that is with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm using extra virgin for the salad because it just has a better flavor. And any time the oil comes in direct contact with your palate, you want to use a really high-quality oil. And we're going to put a little bit of Dijon mustard directly into the oil. And we are going to put a little bit of garlic. And we are going to put a little bit of shallot, and that's what a shallot looks like when it's peeled. This is a very small, concentrated onion. And we're going to put a little bit of pepper. And we're going to put a little bit of salt. And we're going to put a little bit of red wine vinegar. I like Regina. It's cheap, but it's very good, though. It's nice. Not that I'm trying to sell Regina. Don't misunderstand me. It's just that it tastes good. Okay. We'll just give that a little taste to see how good my eyeball is without my measuring spoon. I got a great eyeball. Okay, now what we're going to do for the first salad, we're going to make you about 10 salads in little bites, salad bites today. The first one is going to be a tomato basil salad with a few garnishes. First, you get yourself a nice tomato and wash it. Then you cut it any kind of way you want. I'm going to cut this tomato in half slices. Set it up on the plate, like so. That's enough tomato right there for a small salad. Then we're going to take a little bit of purple onion. There you go. This is definitely the perfect time of year to be doing this too, I might say. Now, I'm going to take a few little Kalamata olives that have the pits taken out. And in this case, I'm going to put a little bit of anchovy on the side of the plate for the tomato. A lot of people like that. We're going to throw a couple of capers on here. Capers are those pickled flower buds. And we're going to put a little bit of gorgonzola cheese on our salad. And a little bit of fresh basil chopped up. There you go. And what else we want to put on here? Let's put a little bit of olive oil directly on this one. Like that, the extra virgin. We're going to squeeze some fresh lemon directly on the salad. So this is a lemon, olive oil, basil dressing. It's not really a vinaigrette, but it has those properties and characteristics to it. We're going to put a little bit of fresh ground pepper on there. and a little bit of salt. And then we'll just throw a little teeny weeny little bit of parsley on here. And there you have it. Here's your tomato basil salad. Next, grilled chicken salad. Alrighty, grilled chicken salad. Now, the beauty of this is that I say grilled chicken salad, but you say whatever kind of salad you want. You may want to put grilled quail, grilled steak, grilled fish, whatever you want. So you can substitute that part of it with any kind of meat you want. Now what I got here is a combination of fresh spinach and iceberg lettuce that I mixed together. We'll put that on the plate like that. And then we'll take some fresh chicken breast that I grilled and cooked nice and slow and slice it as thin as we possibly can. Now, if you got a meat slicer, of course, which I would normally use for this, but I don't want to use that on the show because I know you don't have one, you cut it by hand. And then you take your chicken, and you lay it right up there in the middle of the salad, like that. Now, you can serve your chicken a little bit warm or not. Then, we take a little bit of diced tomato, and put that around the salad. Then we take a little bit of fresh roasted red pepper or canned pimento. Cut some of that up and put that right on the top of that salad. And we're going to put a few walnuts around this salad. Now you might want to substitute with your vinaigrette if you put walnuts on here, some walnut oil instead of olive oil. And we've got just a few little scallions we're going to put on top of there that we sliced up. And raspberries, which is a great addition for this salad in the summertime. And you just throw a few of them around the sides. Raspberries. There's something about raspberries that's very indulgent and exotic, which is great. And then I've got a little bit of radish, which what I do is I just took some regular radishes and put them in the food processor, and I got this nice pink and white chunky thing. It's got a little flavor on it, which is kind of neat. We'll put that right on the top, and then we'll put a little bit of our dressing on it, like so. Cute little salad, too. And then finally we'll put a little bit of chopped parsley on this here. Like that there. It's going to get a little extra special decoration. Chicken salad. Next, I'm going to make for you what I call my winter salad out of bitter lettuces. Winter salad. All right, here it is. Now, when I said bitter lettuces a second ago, what I meant was things that we're not used to that Europeans eat that are bitter, starting with watercress, which you want to cut some of the stems off of, and Belgium endive, which you need to cut the base off of. This is like a little bulby type thing, and they come from Belgium, and they look great on your salad plate, too. And then, of course, we have radicchio, which is Italian red bitter lettuce. And what I did was I put one little piece of leaf lettuce we're going to put on the plate first, and then we're just going to arrange all of our ingredients, which is a little bit of watercress, a little bit of radicchio, a few little pieces of endive. You can do this whole thing, I think, in a little bit of a circular pattern with this endive. And we're going to put a little bit of orange on here. So we'll put a slice off of a nice navel orange. And we'll put 2 slices. And a little bit of walnut again for this salad. And a little bit of purple onion. Again. Not much. And a little touch of tomato. A little bit of color on there. And then I got a little bit of cheese. Now you can put your Roquefort, Gorgonzola, crumbled blue. I'm choosing to put a little bit of feta on here today. Just put a little teeny bit of feta in the middle. Preferably you want to put like a piece of cheese on the salad like I did here instead of a bunch of crumbles all over it too, or at least put it in one place. So that when you're eating the salad, it's almost like a miniature buffet and you can pick and choose between the food items that you're eating and putting in your mouth throughout the time you're eating the salad, rather than have it so mixed up that every time you put your fork in, you get the same thing each time. So, and then you put whatever dressing you want on this here. Next, I'm going to make for you what I call a rice salad, which I know you've never seen before, and you're going to like this. right, for the rice salad now that I just promised you, this is something you haven't seen before, like I told you, and you're going to like it a lot. This is what I did. I cooked a little rice with some chicken stock. I cooked white rice and wild rice and mixed it together. Let's put around a bit of rice in a bowl, like that. Then I'm going to take a little bit of diced celery because I want some little bit of texture inside this salad. It's a little crunchy. Put a little bit of diced celery. Then I got some nice hard salami diced. We're going to throw a little bit of hard salami in here. And we're going to put a little bit of minced red pepper in here. And we're going to put a few green peas in here. And then we're going to put a little bit of chopped scallions in here. And a few little black Kalamata olives in here that have that nice Mediterranean briny flavor. Then we're going to take and put what we call chiffonade of iceberg lettuce, and that is the way in which leafy lettuces are cut. It's called chiffonade. Herbs and lettuces are cut using that term. And what that means is, it means to cut it in thin shreds like this here. So we're going to put a little bit of chiffonade of lettuce right inside of our rice salad. And we're going to make a little bit more chiffonade of lettuce to decorate the plate with. First, let's get some of this around the plate like that. So we have a little dimension on the plate. We kind of build the salad up a little bit. Now, we're going to take a little bit of olive oil, put it on our rice with a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of lemon. God, there's a lot of things on this salad, aren't there? You can send in here for the recipe, and I'll give you each individual ingredient listed out for you. And we're going to put a little salt, sight unseen, because we know that it's going to need some. Then we're going to mix this together. This is a nice little summer thing you might want to... I always say, have this near the pool with a glass of wine. That's because that's what I do all the time. Okay, let's see what this tastes like now. This is good. It needs a little bit more oil. Doesn't really need much else. I'm going to take our salad. I'm just going to put it in the middle of the plate like that. Boom. And maybe just for laughs, we'll take a little bit of grapes. We'll garnish the plate with a little bit of grapes and some parsley. Boom. There's your rice salad. And the next salad we're going to make is Cobb salad. Not real traditional, but close. Here it comes. A little bit of lettuce, because remember, lettuce is not the primary ingredient of this salad. It's just one of 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12, depending. Now, you can make this for a large group of people at your house on a bigger tray, too, okay? Now, we're going to take a little bit of some lettuce. Then we're going to line up a little bit of tomato next to it. Constantly going to be tucking our salad in like this. Then we're going to take a cucumber that I striped when I peeled. And we're going to make some half moons of cucumber. Like so. Kind of keep it intact if we can. And then we'll just kind of run the cucumber down like that. It's what I call a little bit of artsy-fartsy, you know. But I would never confuse this with, I called this the art of salad making, but just remember, they do not teach cooking at art school. This is more of a learned skill. Now, let's take a little bit of corn, and put a little bit of corn in here next to the lettuce on this side. Okay, and let's take a few little raw mushrooms and tuck them in here. Okay, let's take a little bit of red pepper or raw pepper, sliced up either way. Let's lay a little bit of pepper in here, like that. And let's take a little bit of cheddar cheese, throw that in here. And I got a little bit of endive here, Belgian endive that we used on that bitter salad earlier. One of the things that Belgian endive is especially good for is making julienne, because it's already built by nature in little long strips, and then all you have to do is just give it a little cut like that, and you got a little bit of julienne endive. Let's tuck some of this in here, and let's put a little bit of hard-boiled egg in here, which we're going to cut into quarters. Just slide on here like that. That's enough. Now we're going to tuck this even a little bit tighter. So now your rows and rows and rows are getting tighter. Now I got a few radishes here, and we're going to just slide a few radishes right in here on the top. And now we'll take a little bit of avocado and bacon, which is what people tend to see most of the time on their Cobb salads. Is then we take a scoop our avocado right out of the shell, like that, so we can slice it. Let's make ourselves a little avocado fan out of this by not slicing it all the way through to the end. Yeah, we can get away with that. We'll just kind of hang that off to the side. Then we've got a little bit of bacon here. We'll put a little bit of bacon on the edge. And what else do we have? We have a few Kalamata olives. Now remember, you want to put the colors next to the right colors. Like the black olive, for example, goes very well next to the yellow egg. And just for fun, we're going to put a couple of little melon balls on here. Got some cantaloupe and some honeydew. This is the summer touch to this salad, I guess you could call it. And what am I missing here? We got a few little scallions here. Let's put a little bit of julienne scallion on top of this. And then finally, I have some fresh chives. We're going to chop a few chives and put them on here. And then I have a few pieces of toasted bread for croutons. We can just kind of line them up over on one of the sides. Oh, and it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of chopped parsley on it. There you go. There's a nice little Cobb salad. Next salad, what are we going to do next? Next we're going to do kind of an exotica French salad with the fresh fruits and the edible flowers. Cobb salad a l'Americana. All right, now this fruit salad that I told you was a little bit exotic is really, I'm saying that it's a little European, but we made it up here. One of our cooks, Christine, showed me how to make this watermelon vinaigrette dish, which I'm going to embellish a little bit with some more fruit. And what it is I took the center cut of diced watermelon, and we're going to add first a little purple onion to it. Then we're going to add some pepper to it, fresh ground. And we're going to add some soybean oil, some regular salad oil to it. And we're going to add some red wine vinegar to it. Now, if you want to put a little bit of mint in here, you can, but it's not necessary. And we're going to put a little bit of sugar in it, just to offset the vinegar a little bit, and you'll kind of end up with a little bit of a sweet and sour type flavor. Let's give this a little mix. This is so simple, it's so delicious, and surprisingly delicious, actually. Let's give that a little taste. This is right where it needs to be. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take my watermelon vinaigrette, and you can make this a couple hours ahead of time if you want, but you don't have to. It's ready to eat as soon as you make it. And I'm going to garnish the perimeter of this with a few raspberries. And a few blueberries, which the price has gone down on a little bit now lately, thank God. And we're going to throw a couple of pieces of melon in here, cantaloupe and watermelon. Then we'll put a little bit of orange on here. Yeah, we'll tuck a little bit of that in there. See where we're coming along with this one nicely. We'll pop a few grapes on here. Just for fun. And then we'll take a couple of nice strawberries with the stems still on to decorate the outsides of this. Like that. And then I have these little edible flowers, these little pansies, which are just the cutest little things. And we'll throw a few of those in there of different colors, which goes so well with the fruit, as you will see. No rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this, of course, other than the fact that I want to get all these ingredients in there together. Let's stick a couple there. And I am going to put a little bit of chopped parsley on the top of this fruit salad. This is a very, very cool fruit salad because, number one, your guests have never seen this before, and the taste of the watermelon with the vinegar, the oil, and the onion and the pepper is really sensational. Next, I'm going to make for you a classic Americana spinach with warm bacon dressing. Voila. Okay, for that traditional spinach salad now I say traditional, I mean 25 years ago, for those of you that have been around, and for those of you even more recently, who remember what it was that they liked about spinach salad with warm bacon, onion, and dressing, I'm going to remind you what those things are right now. First, fresh spinach on a plate. Then, a little bit of bacon. Cooked medium. Then, a little bit of chopped hard-boiled egg. Then, a little bit of tomatoes. Sometimes it was served in wedges, but sometimes just diced is okay too. Now, for the dressing, oops, the raw mushrooms. You can't have a traditional spinach salad without raw mushrooms. Now, what I did was, I rendered the bacon, and I saved the bacon fat. And then I cooked a little bit of diced onion in it, and added a little bit of red wine vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of garlic. And this is my warm bacon and onion dressing. And I tasted it to make sure it had the right sweet and sour flavor. And this just gets poured right over your salad while it's nice and warm. And that's that, pretty much. Put a little bit of parsley in it. This is such a nice salad. It's traditional. I mean, guys like me shouldn't screw with salads like this because they're too good the way they are. Now, I'm going to be back to wrap this show up. And somehow, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure out some conglomeration of all this junk that we made today and get it on one big tray. It's kind of like what we call a garbage salad. We'll be right back with the garbage salad. Well, alrighty, and now for what I call the coup de grace. Now, I call this garbage salad. Now, if I was a pretentious cook, I'd probably call this a salad composé, or a composition salad. But I'll leave that for you guys at home. Now, what I did was I put a whole bunch of all the ingredients that we used today on the table here. And I got a little tray here. So we're going to make a salad out of all the stuff that's here. Starting with a little bit of leaf lettuce in the bottom. And we're going to put a little pinch of watercress here. We're going to put a little bit of radicchio lettuce. We're going to put a little bit of Belgian endive. Okay, you don't want to confuse my term garbage for what this salad really is, which is going to be fabulous. Now we're going to put, let's put a little bit of salami. Let's put a few of the Kalamata olives. Let's put a few of the capers. Some of the peas. Oh, this is going to get messy here. I got a feeling. Some blueberries. Some roasted pepper. some of the raw mushrooms, a few raspberries over here next to the salami, a little bit of sliced cucumber, which we barely used today, a few anchovies right in the middle on top there, so you can choose not to eat them if you want to very easily, a few sour cocktail onions, some bacon, a little bit of regular sliced raw red pepper, a couple of nice strawberries. What did I miss here? A little bit of pineapple, which we didn't use, but this is a good time to use it right now. A little bit of gorgonzola cheese, which we used on our first salad. Let's try a little ball of avocado. See if that works. Yeah, that works. Let's put one of those in there with our anchovy. A little bit of that chopped radish that we made in the food processor earlier. Oh, this is very cool. But this is an awful lot of trouble to make all these ingredients for one salad. I don't know if I'd want to go through that at home. Maybe the boobop. And then we've got, let's put a little bit of orange on there. And what else is in here? Did I have any walnuts in here? I guess. Oh yeah, I got a few walnuts here. Let's throw a few walnuts around there. And let's put a couple of these edible flowers here and there. And we need just a little bit of purple onion in here tucked away someplace. And then finally I have some chives, some fresh tarragon, and some basil. Let's chop up some fresh herbs for this mess. Now, one thing I didn't tell you about earlier, which is kind of neat, is when you want to evenly coat your food with oil, just put it in an old Windex bottle, and you can spray it right on here like this. Look at that. That's nice. Now it's kind of glazed with olive oil. And then we'll squeeze a little bit of lemon on there. And what else do we have? A little bit of parsley, I think. And then finally I have some little croutons that I made with some garlic butter on them. That's just the right kind of thing I think you want to eat with this salad. There you go. I'm not so sure that this is really garbage at all. Come on. You enjoy this, and I hope you enjoyed this, the art of making salads today. And we'll see you next month with something special. And I have a special guest next month that you might be very much interested in seeing. See you next time. Bye.